what are some of the basics in getting an agent? And do you feel like a writer should have an agent? And if so, how do you even find one?
So for film and television, the advice I always give is that you want agents to find you, because the agent TV writer, agent screenwriter relationship is very much dependent upon how you enter it. So let me give you an example. So, my first agents, I at this point we sold macro, we sold Really Love to macro without agents. Okay. Which is rare, but we did it. So that kind of generated heat. I always talk about generating heat, meaning what are things that you can be doing that will attract attention, right? That could be winning contests, submitting your work to places in your work placing, making stuff that people then see that you share with people. All these are ways to generate heat. But these agents came to me and they didn't sign me completely. What they did was they hip pocketed me, which means that they were helping me, but didn't officially sign me until they felt like I would be able to make the type of money that would warrant them officially signing me, right? So I was hip pocketed. It is a process that is controversial out here, or I should say, it's controversial out here. And what I found is that eventually I was signed by that agency after I sold a pilot. But what I found is that it set the tone for the relationship. I went into that relationship with not a lot of leverage, not a lot of agency. And so my agent would treat me like a client with not a lot of leverage, not a lot of agency. When there was a point in time when the WGA had all the writers, our guild had us fire our agents, fired my agent. And by that time, it was just me and my manager. And my manager, we were just killing it without an agency. We were like doing our thing, because I also felt that my agency was kind of like blocking me. They were hiding me internally, but they were also blocking me. I just didn't feel like they were on my team. So I eventually got new agents, and it's been night or day. And the new agents came to me, if that makes sense, right? My bosses at Grey's Anatomy had mentioned me to them. They had seen my work in other places and they came to me, and the relationship is totally different. I have much more agency and leverage. So I always recommend creating a scenario for yourself, creating heat for yourself that warrants agents coming to you. There's a lot of things that you can do without agents. Managers is also an option, is to just have a manager to start out with, because managers tend to be much more day-to-day anyway, and managers can help you find opportunities and work. And managers are more open to, being solicited blindly, etc. But I would focus on making sure the writing's good, focus on making stuff, focus on generating heat, and then the agents will come to you. That's always what I recommend. You can always try to go the other route of like hitting up agents. It's going to be very difficult. Referrals is another way. I refer some of my friends to my managers. I was referred to my manager by my homeboy, but when I was ready, when I had a strong portfolio, I had already sold stuff. So a lot of times we think about agents, I think, too quickly in the process. I would say focus on the work and the craft, and then be thinking about agents.